A plane in mid-flight suddenly lost control. The cabin began to shake violently. At the critical moment, the captain said, "Engage autopilot." Immediately after, he passed out from food poisoning. The flight attendant was startled, still puzzled by the captain's words, when a blow-up doll suddenly appeared in the co-pilot seat. It took over the captain's duties. Although the plane temporarily stabilized, the passengers were still panicked from the earlier turbulence. To calm everyone down, the flight attendant began an announcement. Due to air turbulence, the plane was still shaking. Please remain calm. The crisis has now been averted.
By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
The moment she said this, the entire cabin erupted into chaos. At that moment, a man opened the cockpit door. A former fighter pilot, Nick, volunteered to give it a try. When he saw the blow-up doll, his expression was one of complete shock. But it also gave him absolute confidence. After all, he had flown fighter jets before. Surely he couldn't be worse than a blow-up doll. As Nick confidently stepped into the pilot's seat, his courage instantly vanished. He didn't recognize a single button on the dashboard. Determined to prove himself in front of his girlfriend, Nick still braved it and took the captain's seat. After his series of maneuvers, the plane actually accelerated toward a crash. After a round of turbulence, Nick managed to stabilize the plane temporarily. Unexpectedly, a passenger at that moment couldn't handle it.
I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Just please let me handle this.
I've got to get out of here.
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
After everyone took turns calming her, she finally calmed down. At that moment, a passenger in the back suddenly stood up again, wanting to know exactly what had happened to the plane. Seeing that the truth could no longer be hidden, an informed man reluctantly told them the truth. Only for some reason, his nose kept growing longer. Could it be true that liars' noses really do grow? Meanwhile, Nick slowly regained his fighter pilot instincts. He picked up the radio and called the control tower, reporting that the plane was going to make an emergency landing. Once news of the emergency landing spread, all ground traffic cleared the way for the rescue. Even the Israeli official jet temporarily gave up the runway. To ease the passengers' stress, the flight attendant thoughtfully played a landing simulation video. After watching the video, the passengers' anxiety actually increased. At this point, Nick was drenched in sweat, but he still braved it and successfully landed the plane. He had not only become the hero of the cabin, but also successfully won back his girlfriend's heart. Even the blow-up doll seemed to be praising Nick.